Good morning. Now, some of you won't know quite how this goes, and I thought I'd just give you a little bit of background. On a Monday morning is when I get to do my chapel, as you probably know now. But when it comes to announcing the school officials, there's a real crackle around the school as we wait to find out who's going to be captain of which house and who's going to be the school captain, who the school pollies are in any given year. So normally I see the school coming past me, and there's a real sense of anticipation as they get into their seats. They might know who their own house captain is, but they won't know the rest of the school. And it's a lovely day for us because it's a chance to celebrate the success of others. So you can join us this year, as for the first time, we have a chance to announce the school officials to everybody in the Uppingham community. I know what you're thinking. He's just trying to build a suspense before he gets to tell us who will be running the school next year. But actually, if you saw Friday night as music night, you'll know why I want to stop and pay tribute to our musicians, and in particular those leaving Upper Sixth. What a brilliant, brilliant creation they put together for us. I don't know how you do it, mastering being able to play music in different places, but bringing it together with such aplomb and such fun. No one will forget the bossa nova version of Zadok the Priest. It was great to see you all, and it just reminded me how blessed we have been to have had musicians of your quality in the Upper Sixth, and how lucky we are to have real strength coming up the school to replace you. So thank you. And if you haven't watched last night's Friday night as music night, it's an hour of some of the best music you'll ever see. Before I make the announcements, I do want to thank every single one of the lower six who put themselves forward. I sent them a message on Saturday, but I want you all to know how brilliant it was to see them. 128 who took the time to write letters and put themselves forward for interview. But even if it was by Zoom, to be able to have that connection with the pupils, for Mr. Wilding and me and Mr. Laney and Mr. Hicks, the other interview panel, it was really special. But what came through most strongly was how privileged we are to have this year group taking us forward into next year. The compassion, the kindness, the sense of inclusivity, the value of the community, the ethical conscience, the awareness of things that are important that they can achieve as young people leading a community in the 2020s. It's really special, and actually there's a spine-tingling quality to this when you realize the power of young people to positively impact on a community. They will all be leaders next year, and I want to make the point that even those 92 who won't be read out this morning must see themselves as school leaders. Yes, the grand title may have gone elsewhere, but my goodness me, the difference you can make in your houses and across the school, just in terms of human relationships or the areas that you love, sport, music, drama, the academic life of the school. We've got a really great bunch of people, and I really enjoyed interviewing you. And although I'm going to announce in a minute the people who've made those school official positions, I want every one of you to know that actually we've got a scintillating year coming through, and we're really looking forward to you taking the school into its next phase, knowing that next year is going to pose some really unique challenges for us. Anyway, on with the announcements. Okay, here we go. Next year's school pollies will be from Brooklands, Moritz von Hesse. From Constables, Lara Scott and Olivia Clark. From Fairfield, Emma Holmes and Freya Woolgrove. From Fircroft, Toby Coulson and Joss Moore. From Highfield, William Stothard. From Johnson's, Carmen Perez Pera. From Lodge, Juliet Ball. From Lawn House, Lewis Clarkson. From Meadhurst, Ethan Heath Drury. From Newhouse, Ellie Buttery and Nyambora Kagwanja. From Samworths, Clemmy Manning. From Schoolhouse, Marcus Van Rest. And from West Bank, Daniel Livermore. I imagine you're all wondering who your house captains will be. Well, if you're in Brooklands, it will be Ty Burton. In Constables, Natalie Ting. In Fairfield, Lucy Butterworth. In Farley, Felix Ford. In Fircroft, Will Meadows. In Highfield, Barney Plant. In Johnson's, Holly Walters. In Lodge, Grace Franklin. In Lawn House, Will Owens. Meadhurst, Augustus Toe. Newhouse, Casey Lim. In Samworths, Emma Trent. Schoolhouse, Ollie Stroud. West Bank, Tom Russell. And if you're in West Dean, Carl Ross. This year's deputy school captains will be from Samworths, Fenella Bruce. From West Dean, Sam Martin. Which means the captains of school for the academic year 2020 to 21 will be from Johnson's, Zuhar Anna Mashon, and from Farley, Hugo Bray. Congratulations to every one of you. Well done. It's a real sadness to us all that we're not going to be here collectively on a very general level, but more particularly because we can't say goodbye to those leaving members of staff. So on your behalf, I want to wish well to all those people who've served the school for varying lengths of time, but with real energy and commitment. Firstly, to our 3 graduate assistants, to Fred Wenham, who's been here for 2 years and made a huge impression on sport and in Furcroft, Jack Forsyth this year, and also Alexandra Gaunt, our drama graduate assistant, who's given 2 years of creative, show-stopping contributions. Thank you to you all. I want to thank Dr. Singleton, who's been with us teaching chemistry temporarily this academic year. She also ran a very impressive 5K last week. And also to the humane and deeply kind Kate Naggs, who's taught maths at Uppingham for the past 2 years. I've no doubt that the Classics department will miss the leadership of Charlotte Drinkwater. After 2 vibrant and dynamic years, we wish Charlotte and Max every happiness with their new baby Cynthia as Charlotte moves to a part-time role at the Lees in September. Very much there again, Mrs. Drinkwater. Catherine Gain, very kindly let me drag her out of her much enjoyed retirement to hold the fort at Fairfield for the last 2 years. She's been superb. Her contribution to the school can't be diminished. And prior to her first retirement, she was a very distinguished and much loved housemistress of the lodge, a brilliant classics teacher. We know that her knowledge and wisdom are irreplaceable, but the trustees are fortunate. She'll return to their ranks in September. My sincere thanks to Tom Hicks, who leaves us for a wholly well-deserved promotion to be the Principal Deputy Head Pastoral at Harrow School, Hong Kong. Tom joined us 3 years ago in 2017, and he's been instrumental in driving forward, progressing, enhancing not just our boarding provision, but the pupil well-being provision at Uppingham. We're really proud of your legacy, Mr. Hicks, and we wish you and your family well as you move to the other side of the world. Suki Beresford leaves us to move to Cheshire to become the head of PSHE and Wellbeing at Cheadle Hulme High School. Suki joined Uppingham at the same time as me in 2016, and she's brought irrepressible energy to her many roles as head of lower school, teacher of classics, deputy housemistress of constables, and our head of swimming. Suki, your distinctive voice, wholehearted commitment, and irrepressible enthusiasm will be sorely missed. I know the lodge won't feel the same without the BWs around. Alex and Kate Boyd-Williams leave Uppingham after 6 years as the husbands of the lodge. Alex has a very well-deserved promotion to be head of sixth form at Framlingham in September. But more than just the lodge, I know the English and French departments will be diminished and miss the support of the BWs. And the girls in the lodge I know who have loved the family will wish them a very tearful and sorrowful farewell. Good luck, BWs, in Suffolk next year. Chris Howell leaves Uppingham this term, one of our tremendous physics department, and he goes to Eastbourne College after 16 years of service to Uppingham School. Chris is a traditional schoolmaster. What I mean by that is not that he's a man of extraordinary kindness, but he gives so much time in so many other ways to the school in addition to his teaching, not least in his leading role with the CCF. Mr. Howell, enjoy the Sunshine Coast. And our last 2 leaving colleagues both joined the school in 1993. Anna Merritt, a hugely popular and long-standing member of staff, ran constables with her husband Nick when it first opened as a girls' boarding house in 2006. Around that same time, Anna started working and learning support, and her contribution and her commitment to the department, and as a brilliant tutor in Newhouse, has been hugely appreciated over the years. Goodbye, Anna, and goodbye, Nick. Enjoy a well-deserved retirement. One of our longest-standing colleagues, Julia Broughton, retires at the end of this term. Julia came to Uppingham in 1993 when she and her husband Mark were appointed as husbands of Johnson's. Julia first taught in learning support before moving to the English department, where she's taught with wisdom and intelligence, inspiration, and real depth of insight. We wish Julia a very happy retirement as she joins Mr. Broughton, who you remember retired from the MFL department last year and has spent his time luxuriating at their house in France. Julia, we wish you a really happy retirement. So here we are, the last week of term, virtual Uppingham for the entire piece. We've done a brilliant job, every one of us. Every pupil, every member of staff, every parent, every member of the support staff who's helped us out. We can be so proud of the fact that in times which have been really challenging, we've managed to create a whole new way of learning, a whole new way of living the Uppingham community so quickly. So, let's press on for these last few days. Thank you for everything you've done this term, all of you, and enjoy the last week.